Back in the day, Apple used to sell you a product, and that was it. Now, users are starting to feel like everything is a monthly charge. From iCloud Plus to Apple Music to Apple TV Plus to even Apple News Plus and more, it's pretty easy to lose track of exactly how much you're paying now and how much you'll pay in the future. This is a video kind of breaking down Apple users' feelings about whether or not all of these subscription charges are making the Apple experience better or simply draining their wallets. Today's video is brought to you by Brain.fm. It's focused music, it sounds great, it's science-backed, it really works. You can check it out for free using the link down below. You're not dreaming. Apple's been busy expanding its subscription offering. In fact, its services revenue is growing really fast. It's up 20% year over year. This actually started with Apple Music back in 2015, then came Apple TV Plus in 2019, followed later by the Apple One subscription and several other services. And now subscriptions are a core part of Apple's business, or put differently, a core part of the Apple experience. No one at the moment would accuse Apple of trying to provide more to customers for less money, right? All of this looks very obviously like a cash grab, and Apple's goal is to try to make these things appealing to you, convince you that you need these things, and it goes beyond just paying extra for a premium phone or iPad or computer or watch. Apple even bundles it all together with Apple One and says, look what you can save if you go with all these services, which will turn your devices into entertainment hubs, health hubs. And I think it would be wrong to say that some people don't like the convenience, maybe even love the convenience of being able to bundle those things, and they get a lot out of those Apple subscriptions. That's fine. But I think a lot of other people are wondering why they're paying for these things that often they don't even use. One thing that's a little bit crazy is the second you buy an iPhone, start snapping pictures with that great camera, you are on a treadmill. You get 5 gigs of iCloud storage for free. And at some point, as you're snapping photos like we all do, taking videos of our life, maybe for professional reasons as well, for social media, for all kinds of things, you are eventually going to hit your cap and need to upgrade, and those upgrades get expensive fast. Just recently, I got a notification from Apple saying you've used up your 2 terabytes of iCloud storage. Got to upgrade. Well, it's paying $10 a month. That's $120 a year for that 2 terabytes. Now the next upgrade tier is 6 terabytes. That's another $30 that I'd be paying a month. I can go all the way up to 12 terabytes, which would be $60 a month. In fact, iCloud storage is the #1 frustration for Apple consumers tired of these subscriptions. Want to upgrade your mental software? Get subscribed to my Saturday Signals newsletter. It's free, and I guarantee it'll be the most interesting and useful thing you encounter all week. It's crazy because when you buy an iPhone, you don't just buy that iPhone, or when you buy a Mac or an iPad, you're not just buying those and it's a one-time thing. You are now on the hook for at least iCloud storage and maybe other subscriptions. And it seems like Apple's constantly baking new ways that they can get more money out of people into their products. Like HomeKit Secure Video. Seems nice to be able to store your security footage and have a great app to manage everything. Well, it costs money, it adds up. And you just wind up with subscription fatigue. People forget what they're subscribed to. They don't even realize that they were paying for things like Apple Arcade. Now, I will say Apple's actually made it pretty easy to view and cancel your subscriptions from Apple and from other companies. You can, for instance, on your iPhone, go into settings, tap on your name, and then you'll see all your subscriptions there. And you can cancel pretty quickly. You got people who say Apple Music isn't necessarily better than Spotify, and yet it costs more. People who say Apple TV Plus doesn't have enough content for the price. But again, let's temper this because there are people who really like that Apple One subscription. They're like, it would cost me more to have these separately, and I do use them, and I appreciate that little bit of savings. But by no means is everyone happy. In fact, I heard someone describe Apple as a cable company the other day, just another fee every month. And you know what? I realized in my head that Apple is unrecognizable as a company, the company that I got excited about a long time ago. It's not that Apple doesn't make interesting, cool things and useful things that I use all the time now, but it's a vastly, vastly different company than it used to be. And maybe some of those changes are good. Maybe a lot of them aren't. A lot of people have been predicting that Apple wants to come up with some sort of an AI subscription for Apple Intelligence. And honestly, I think they would have implemented that already if it was a stronger offering. But I think Apple's kind of behind in AI right now. I don't know anybody who thinks that they're ahead in AI. And so that's probably why they can't offer that right now or bundle it with Apple One, because it's just not up to par with the other AI that's out there right now. So what's your take? Let me know Do you use a bunch of these Apple services? Do you feel like Apple One's a great deal? Or if you're only using one or two, do you feel like you might be overpaying? Should you check in on that? One thing is for sure, Apple's shift from just selling products to also selling subscriptions and services is dividing customers. The question is Apple providing more value, or are they simply making sure that people never stop paying?